A brushless motor with 10,000 revolutions per minute can now be acquired for less than 5 yuan, and using it to build a fixed-wing drone by hand can take it effortlessly into the sky. You have some discarded mechanical hard drives at home, right? If not, go to the scrap market. They cost 10 yuan and you get a buy one get one free deal. There are quite a few treasures inside when you open the coffin lid, especially the central spindle, which is an incredible high-speed brushless motor. Remove the fixing screws on the head arm, unplug the controller, and we can dismantle the motor. Unlike the main disc, the disassembly of the motor is basically divided into two types. One is screw-fixed, making it relatively easy to remove. Another type is embedded in the casing, so we need some brute force. With a bit of simple grinding, the motor is perfectly removed. There are 3 pins on the back of the body. Continue by soldering 3 wires. To drive the brushless motor separately, we also need to connect an ESC, an electronic speed controller. Connect the control end to a multifunctional test box battery. Here, we chose a 12-volt lithium polymer battery. Remove a piece of black tape on the motor and quickly start it up to take a look. No problem. Operation is very smooth and speed control is all normal. Stick a round of black tape and then attach a piece of dynamic balance reflective tape. Before testing, confirm the battery's charge. 12 volts fully charged. No problem. Next you can use the tachometer to measure the speed. I push the throttle to the maximum and the RPM directly reaches 11,800 per minute. This motor is really amazing. I used a 3D printer to make a mount and screwed it tightly to prevent it from flying off. Install a propeller base and let's test its thrust. First up is the 5x3 propeller. Throttle pushed to the maximum. Thrust is 78 grams, which is 2.78 ounces. Speed is 9,300 RPM. Operating current is 0.98 amps. The thrust is a bit too small. Let's try a 6x4 propeller. Let me explain the specifications. The 6 refers to the blade length, 6 inches, which is easy to understand. The 4 represents the geometric pitch, the distance the blade would move forward in one complete rotation, also in inches. At this point, let's turn the voltage to maximum and look at the values. Thrust 105 grams, speed 7,350, current 1.41. There is still some improvement, right? Next, switch to the 76 specification propeller. This time the thrust increased to 125 grams, rotation speed 5,300, current 1.8 amperes. There's still room for improvement in the data. Let's continue with the 8x4 and see. Throttle still at 100. Thrust 12 grams, speed 750, current 1.71 amperes. Switching to 7x5 by 3 propeller type, thrust is 129 grams, yet speed 50, current. Okay, all the propellers are indicated by numbers. Through the table, we can clearly see that the 8x4 propeller is the most suitable for this motor.
Is it almost there?
The engine is in place. Next, we're preparing to build an airplane. Here, the main material used is foam. According to the design drawings, we first need to shape the wing section into a streamlined form. Take a piece of wood and cut the cross-section. Afterward, use an electrified copper wire to cut along the mold, and the shape of the wing will emerge. Sand the edges, cut a long strip at the position of the rear wing, and tape it back in place. This is the aileron of the wing, which can control the plane to roll left and right. Cut a small hole at the bottom, install a V-type servo motor through the bracket, and connecting rod to control the aileron, which has a good lift effect. Apply glue to the sides of the 2 wings and stick them together with strong adhesive tape. Next, make the fuselage. The material is also foam. Since the tail section is relatively special, a 6mm thick KT board was chosen, mainly for its good flexibility. First, cut a strip and tape it back to the cut area to form the horizontal tail that controls flight altitude. After connecting it to the fuselage, install a V-shaped servo to control its up and down movement. Next, use strong adhesive tape to secure the brushless motor installation in place. Take a V-type wireless receiver and connect it to the motor's electric strip. Attach the other end to the power line of the wing's base unit. Make a hole in the fuselage and insert the battery. The 2 wing seats are connected in series using a number 2 terminal, and 2 protective rubber bands are fixed on the crossed position on the fuselage. Once completed, insert the seat power line into the receiver. Alright, our airplane is now done, with a total weight of 249 grams. Let's quickly take it outdoors and give it a try. Welcome to my channel. Awesome. The takeoff was very successful. The flight posture in the air was perfect. There were no issues with altitude and steering control. Sit down and feel it.
How about it? Strongest guy, are you coming?